3 signs you're a cycle breaker. The first 2, I think, are pretty well known. The third one might surprise some people. First one is just awareness. By awareness, what I mean is the ability to tell your story, to be able to describe what it was like growing up. How did it affect you? What about it is something that you don't want to replicate? The ability to tell your story coherently, even to yourself, and to understand where you came from, who you came from, even better, where they came from, and to see it in a larger context where you can sort of begin to appreciate that at some point the dysfunction entered your family line, and at your point is where you're putting an end to it. Second sign you're a cycle breaker. This is an unfortunate one, but very common, and people are no doubt familiar with this experience, and that is you are going to be labeled as the problem one. The people who are still keeping the cycle going, who have a vested interest in keeping the cycle going, or who have not yet reached that place in their own growth where they have the ability to step away from the cycle, they're going to turn around and they're going to say to you, why are you being so difficult? Now, I want to make a very important disclaimer. Not everybody who is thought of by their family as being difficult is an actual cycle breaker. Sometimes they're just difficult. But every actual cycle breaker is at some point almost inevitably going to be thought of by their family as being difficult. As long as you know that what you're doing is not punitive, God forbid, you are not trying to exact vengeance, God forbid, on anyone. It's not payback time. But what you're doing is to preserve your sanity and have a healthy, safe environment for your family. If that's your only motivation and you know your motives are clear and clean, then yeah, you're going to have to live with being called the problem one. And here's the third sign that you're a cycle breaker, and this is the one I think is a little bit surprising, but it's so important. You are able to return to the scene of the crime and not be triggered. What I mean is, and this is a very lofty level, not everyone is at this point yet in their healing. Even people who have begun to become cycle breakers are not there yet. But it means you can go to that family gathering. You can be around that toxic person. You can be in their vicinity, and you can remain emotionally autonomous. You don't get pulled into their trap just because you're standing near them or even allowing them to speak to you. Yes, there are some people that for the time being, they need distance because they're not yet strong enough in establishing a new pattern, so they have to go away and do their own thing for a while. But the ultimate goal is that we can be around those people and those systems and those places and environments that used to pull us in, and we can just be present and without anger, without resentment, refuse to play the game.